In this video, we're going to talk again about one of the most important ways you can protect yourself, which is to have a good, powerful password. And basically, let's look at this thing right here, okay? This is what? Well, basically, what it has is 25 graphics cards. Each graphics card has a very powerful graphics processor on it. And the graphics processor is basically a really, really high-speed computer. And with this, what can you do with it? Well, you can guess 348 billion password guesses every second. That's a lot of password guesses, and this is back in 2012. Okay, well, if we look at a dictionary, how many words are in the dictionary? Well, there's only 470,000 words. So what that means is the bad guys can guess all of those words, every single word, in a tiny fraction of a second. So what does that mean? We need to make sure that our password, we can't use simple passwords. That just invites trouble. We want to be something that has some kind of randomness in there. And we want to have at least 14 characters. We want to include numbers, symbols, uppercase, lowercase letters. And don't use guessable words, dates, or names. Pet names, people's names, dates, things like that. They're very easy to guess. Okay. We can test our passwords. Okay, we can go to the site here, goc.com, Haystack, which is a pretty good site. We can guess your password. We can check and see how secure the password is, get a rough idea of how secure it is. And the experts say, again, to use random letters and numbers, use different passwords for each website, never write down the password, and to change the password regularly. They've changed their mind on that, okay? Some places haven't gotten the memo yet, for example, our college. But the problem is that when you force people to change your password regularly, they tend to get lazy and they start putting in very simple passwords, which defeats the whole purpose of having the password. So it's better to change it only when you need to, when something strange happens, and then you can change it there. Now, of course, doing all these things is pretty much impossible. So what you could do is use a password manager program. Okay, this is a program that remembers the passwords for you. And there are a couple of examples there. I use LastPass, again, which is very nice, works really nice, and saves me a lot of headaches. Works really good. Now, we may have good passwords, but what about the companies that we deal with? Well, we can control ourselves, but we can't control them. And every once in a while, they get broken into. For example, these are a couple of examples here from a couple of years past. And you can see this is, Yahoo. I had an account there. That password's out there in the wild, and all these other places there could be a problem. And there's a site here, Ashley Madison. This site was supposed to let people have an affair with other married people. Okay, and they claim, look at all this. They have trusted security ward, 100% discreet, SSL secure site. Look how it's very, very safe. Okay, well, what happened is someone broke into it, and 33 million accounts were revealed. Okay, this was a real problem. Some people got very embarrassed. I think 1 or 2 people committed suicide. They were so embarrassed by this. So it was really a problem. I think it was probably, I don't know exactly, but I bet it's like 32 million men and 1 million females. Okay, not good. And look, they're still in business, and now they've got 46 million people there. 46 million people. That's incredible, guys. This crazy. People are just crazy. Okay, good. Now, another thing you might be tempted to do is to log in using one of your existing accounts, say, for example, Facebook or Google. Try not to do that, because then Facebook or Google will know about your account at these other websites, and you don't want them to know everything about you, okay? So use a unique password and account number. Anything better than passwords? Yes, we have biometric authentication, okay? Things using fingerprints or face patterns or things like that, patterns in your iris and stuff. There are all sorts of different things that could be possible. Okay, these are convenient, and they're pretty secure, and we use a password as a backup. Now, there is a problem here, because sometimes I've heard stories where little children have figured out that they can order things on Amazon, and all they need to do is, when their mother is sleeping, they can just take the phone and just take her finger and put it onto the phone, and they can order giant dollhouses and things like that. Okay, so another problem is when if you ever stopped by the police. Okay, can the police get access to your phone? Okay, well, That's a tricky question. Okay, if they cannot ask you for your password. Okay, things you know, they cannot ask you for that. They cannot legally ask you for that, but they can legally require you to put your finger onto the phone. They can require you to do that. Okay, so what do you do? Well, you may not put the right finger on the phone there. Okay, all right. So, and if you make a couple of wrong guesses, what happens is the phone gets locked up, and then nobody can get into it. All right. So just be aware of that. It can be a problem. Now, two-factor authentication. This is really good. This requires two things. Okay, something that you know, which is usually a password, and then something that you have, which usually is your phone. So that's a pretty good way to make sure that you are really you. And it's available now on a lot of different services here, Gmail, Apple, Facebook. And so if you haven't taken advantage of it, this works pretty good. What you do for Gmail, just enter your password, and then you wait for a text message on your phone, and just take the code and just type it in. And you only need to do it once on a new device, okay, just to prove to Google that this device is owned by you. All right, good. So we talked about different ways to protect yourself. And next what we'll do is do a review so you're all ready for the homework.